Hello, 101.5 FM.
Hon.Inusah Fuseini, apologies for allowing
20 minutes.
Sorry for inflicting those emotional, mental torture on you. But once a friend, always a friend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's why I cannot be annoyed with you.
All right. The okay now, Mr. Lana, me ma you because me pay yes, and we can say ni say. I wanted you to lay the lesson and say, oh, responses biana na ye dinko Ghana and you.
Okay. Now, first of all, minya upon Nkrumah, upon Nkrumah. I'll say. On the Ghana woman Penibia and letter is not normal. And I thought that he would say that by law, this is why it is so. I don't know. Maybe I have not read the law very well. Only information minister. If a person has the executive authority vested in the president, he can write a letter. No pay and that his appointees can write letters, he can write. And I don't get it. I don't get it. And now do you follow the trend of agreement?
Or say by convention, sanity.
No, there's no convention.
But
all presidents have been writing letters. When there is a disaster somewhere, the letter is signed under the hand of the president.
All right.
So you don't see it.
But no, now she said the question is.
I don't get this kind of thing. Secondly, it is not true, say, some work court in England. Has said Airbus actually ama Nkrumah. It's not true. There's nowhere in the judgment. Judgment here 117 paragraphs or 77 paragraphs. There is nowhere in the judgment actually say Airbus for Etria bribery. A bribery Ghana for. Minya, without Mr. What is bribery?
Bribery, they are the mudio.
No, is it not the payment for the performance to influence the performance of a function?
Sure.
Not bribery, no.
Sure.
So bribery must be paid before the thing is done. Yes, sir. Is that not it? When you say you have paid a bribe, that means you want something done. Then you pay money to influence the performance of the duty. You go to the dictionary and look at the meaning.
At times, it can be the transaction can be paid, and thereafter, bribery can occur. Huh?
That is when you agree. That is when you agree to defer payment. That's it. And even that one is illegal. That's corruption. That's not bribery.
All right.
That's corruption. Okay, but so even in or around 1987, the jurisprudence was whether or not the way that bribery has been defined, no, people can go around it. So if bribery is the payment of money to win favors, and the monies are paid later, can it still be bribery? If we look at the jurisprudence, discussions in law, in or around 1984-87, what was on that? So, then three, Airbus itself was the company that constituted agents. Airbus itself was the company that terminated the agreement between itself and its business partners, led by one intermediary 5, and also included intermediary 6 and 7. Airbus and Casa no terminated here. Airbus terminated agreement because of due diligence. The Anka Minister of Information or yet due diligence. Koban who said, in law, when you seize an excavator, you can't encourage somebody to go and buy it. It must follow the process of the law. So that's, he will encourage anybody to go and buy that excavator. It's a corrupt act. It's a corrupt act and comes squarely within the purview of the special prosecutor. It's not stealing, it's corruption. It's a fraudulent breach of trust. And that's corruption. You should have known. You see, when you asked him, he was trying to, young lawyer, he was trying to dribble around. You see, number 4, Airbus and Casa, no move appointee Spanish company to deal with Ghana. On the agreement signed between Ghana and the Spanish company, it was declared, there were 2 declarations of that agreement. That agreement comply with OECD rules. That agreement recognizes the payment of commission, but the commission should not exceed 3,000,001 euro. So if company more than 3,000,001 investigation, and one trigger an investigation. The second trigger is that payment was made to the company that was stopped. That also triggers an investigation. In Ghana, it will trigger an investigation. Because it's a see or bid the number 2, 3 million euro. Now, evidence actually says more than 3 million euro. Every normal person will know that you have to investigate it. It's not something which is strange. And then the payment is made to a company that was prohibited from conducting the investigation. So
right.
you need to understand. Number 3, remember number 3.
What is the 5th point? What's about number 3?
The 5th, okay, number 6. The 3rd point. One or report is Amartano. Who raised the issue? It's not Boeing. Boeing raised the issue because of the engagement of intermediary 5 who had close relation to a government official 1 in Ghana. It raised the possibility of a breach of the OECD rules. And because the payments were done, it established a conspiracy within the Airbus. So Airbus and Casa, after the court in England, sacked almost 63 senior officials. 63 senior officials. How much was involved? Airbus earned a profit from the 2 aircrafts. Earned a profit in the region of 900 and something thousand. Because that is in law in Ghana, that is unjust enrichment. It's not just the money that you have gotten and you're clean. So they got it. But you taught 3 aircraft every Airbus home. You taught 3. Third one, the profits. Any dealings, the same price with the 2 aircraft was not subject to investigation. Lastly, Ghana eto 3 aircraft to retool the military. Now Ghana AUC aircraft to ferry military men for UN peacekeeping efforts. Nye Ghana nkwao na say Ghana were aircrafts, not for instance Togo, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Ivory Coast, contributed to the troop effort. Now only carry aircraft. UN renti Ghana aircraft. So that aircrafts were to be paid from contributions made by the UN to the Ghana Defense Forces because of any role in contributing troops. Let me be somebody who said, so UN would not have been interested in how the aircrafts were purchased. Is that what we're trying to suggest? In any case, upon Nkrumah or what is it? Could you upon Nkrumah says, where your politics? From the beginning to the end. All Siasi, Ekasa to the end. It's politics. But upon Nkrumah, you have been indicted. You have been clearly indicted. Because in this excavator issue, see where you are talking again. Clearly indicted. So, what reputation, integrity have you got to talk about somebody being...
He's indicted for doing what?
For directing somebody to go to see Frimpong Manson. Frimpong, what's the name?
Boateng.
Boateng. For the purchase of an excavator, his colleague MP. And that his colleague paid 200,000 Ghana cedis for that excavator. When at the time Kojo Nkrumah was directing the MP to go and see Frimpong Boateng, he knew that the laws of this country prohibited such transactions.
All right, I am not too sure about that, but now,
I'm too sure about that. That's what I'm talking about.
And Mami found but Mami found the letter, Office of the Special Prosecutor, and I said the statement or the Abano for the sake of time. Or say, the Special Prosecutor has determined that the said referral and the deferred prosecution agreements and judgments accompanying them raise reasonable suspicion of the commission of corruption and corruption-related offenses of bribery of public officers and the use of public office by public officers for private profit, which are offenses falling within the mandate of this office under the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Act 2017, Act 957. A preliminary investigation was accordingly opened on 4 February 2020 by this office into the allegations contained in the judgment referred to this office aforesaid. So the office prosecutor is now telling us, at least a normal happened in the referral and the deferred prosecution. Say there is reasonable suspicion of commission of corruption and corruption-related offenses of bribery. How do you react to that?
What I say, on the face of reading the judgment, it raises a prima facie case. It has also reasonable suspicion. Receive prima facie case, maybe there was a wrongdoing. And so, on what court inside, I establish it. And then we welcome it. I always say, me, in my contributions, on the floor of Parliament, outside Parliament, after I welcome it. Except that I add 3 caveats. We will watch the process carefully. The trial, the investigation must be fair. It must be judged. It must be just. And it must be transparent.
Sure.
Yes. We watch it carefully. Carefully.
Very carefully.
And nobody should try to play with us. We will watch it carefully. And it was a fair, just, and transparent. And so me, I don't have a problem with Madam Miri investigating anything. To investigate an offense doesn't mean that you have committed a crime. No. When MPP were, who didn't they not investigate?
Were you ever investigated?
Yes, I was investigated.
What for? What for?
What for? What were they investigating for?
Until you tell me what you were investigating.
No. Go to them. They will tell you what I was being investigated for.
But wouldn't even a casa? So why do I go to a third person and ask questions?
Yeah. I was investigated. They were investigating everybody.
You were investigated for doing what?
For committing crimes in my ministry. They alleged that I committed crimes in my ministry.
And then you came clean.
Well, they never even got back to me.
So it means that not every investigation is...
That's what I said.
It's witch hunting.
But if before you investigate somebody, you must be sure in your mind that he has done it wrong.
All right, it's always
you don't go fishing. Investigations are not about fishing. You don't go fishing.
All right.
Kura was not speaking to me, but putting me on the phone for 20 minutes.
I apologize. I'm more accepting.
No. Oh, I said that he had inflicted emotional torture.
And then
but he was not speaking to me.
And I was.
No. I'm saying that he was not speaking to me. The same thing. If you are investigating a matter, you must be sure.
I'm saying me power say me inflict emotional and.
We shouldn't ask example. I'm not saying that one you're born.
Me that's it. Anyway, that's
okay.
Honorable Hon.Inusah Fuseini, always waxing, lyrical at times, and sometimes me a very funny person. All the other
Hello, 101.5 FM.